Okay, I'm a little early, guys. Hopefully some people show up. So the Delphi documents have became unsealed, and there's a ton of them. So I have all of them. I was going through each of them just to find like important ones because there's a lot of like court orders and stuff that we're not going to go through all of that. That's boring. I found the one that has where he confessed to his wife, which it's like basically the whole scenario of how they found them, everything, like, is so there's nothing that's been sealed, you know what I'm saying? So we get more details, and a part of that is, uh, when he confesses to his wife, a part of it, like, he writes letters to, um, the court talking about his condition, so you see a couple of his handwritten letters. I have those. I have everything now. I haven't been through everything yet, but I figured I'd go live and at least do some of the important things that everybody's gonna be talking about. Um, yeah, there's so many of them. So I think I got a lot of them. Like I said, I have all of them, but I haven't went through all of them. So I don't know. I think I got some of the good important ones already. Because I'm trying to, like, go through quick and, like, getting the ones that would be kinda boring to read. Um, and then just kinda, like, gonna go over the really interesting ones, but I haven't been through all of them yet to see which ones. Let's see, I'm not even halfway through them. Holy crap. Look, I'll show you. Hold on, let me show you how many more I have to go through. So, we'll see as we, start talking, maybe I'll be able to get through some of them. Here, I'll show you, though. Let me share my screen. Okay, so here is you know what I should have done? I should have did Streamlabs to get more practice. Gosh darn it. Oh, well. So here is where basically this is where I've been through all of these. Okay, but look how many more. Okay, so right where this I have to go there's this many more that I haven't looked through yet. So I guess I am farther than halfway down. Yeah, I am. Okay. But still, let's see what this one is. Let's go one more. See, there's a lot of court things that we're not, some boring things that I'd have to go through and like find if there's any important things to just give you a summary. But like a lot of this kind of stuff, but there are some hold on, let's get a couple more down. This is like order judgment of the court for wait, what is this? Redacting names. But anyway, here, let me just go through a couple more and while I'm waiting for a couple people to come in and then we'll read the ones that I did find that are pretty interesting. But while I'm waiting for a couple people, let's see if I could get through a couple more. If there's any other ones. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just start. I think I got the most important ones, to be honest. Um, all right. Yeah, that's just kind of the rules. Okay, let's go through some of the important ones first, and then we'll I'll try to if I find any more. Let's say if I end the live and I find more, then I'll do another live sometime. Um. Anyway, how's everybody doing? So finally, 6 years. 6 years it took to find this guy. And the crazy thing is we freaking had video, we had audio. So I guess I haven't read like I just kind of skimmed stuff. So when I'm reading this, it's gonna be kind of new to me. What I was doing is trying to I was trying to find the freaking document that the whole confession and the whole main thing that everybody's talking about. So that was what I was like skimming to find. So I found that document, but I haven't actually read it in depth. So there might be, I don't know. It's gonna be news to me too. Um, but from what I saw, like videos doing it, they said, well, you know what, let's just wait till we actually read it. Let's just wait till we read it ourselves. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me take my medicine. I'm gonna let some people come in. Here's two pictures that were in the file. This one was in the file. It's got a little stain on his shirt, and then this one was in the file. That was in the court file. So I don't know why they chose those two pictures. Like, why did they get this? This is yeah. And this is the motion we're gonna read first. This is the one that has him confessing to his wife and stuff. Um, But hold on, let me actually get the letters up too while I'm waiting for a couple people to come in because I want to take my medicine real quick. And then, uh, yeah, hold on. Let me take my medicine. And while I'm doing it, I'm just going to check a couple more of these to see if, and then we'll go over his letters. I have probably like 7 maybe documents that I think maybe would be interesting to go over with you guys right now already. And then, like I said, if I find any more interesting ones in the last half of these, I'll do another video. From what I'm this last half seems like it's all kind of boring court stuff. So I think I might have got all the good chunk of good ones, to be honest. Like ones that would be interesting reading the whole thing. Enough people would be interested. Like, like a lot of them is for like media. Uh yeah. So hold on, let me take my medicine and then we'll go over it, guys. Yeah, so he wrote a letter about his conditions. So I didn't realize he actually wrote a letter about it. Cause I know, how we looked at him. Here, actually, I'll just keep this up while I'm um waiting to take my medicine stuff. So, we heard, how his conditions, and then you see how like frail, and like how much weight he lost, and how much he almost looks like he's like his eyes look like he's like in this like psychosis type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like he's like a zombie. Like he almost looks like he doesn't even know what the heck's going on. Um, So, like, but anyway, I didn't realize he actually wrote a letter about his condition, so we'll read that. What else do we got? Hey, Kelly. Hey, DC Lights. Okay, hold on. I figured I'd just start and let people come in while I just take my medicine and do a couple things here. But yeah, how's everybody doing today? I'm still working on the Letitia stuff, so I'm still on that 4-hour freaking another 4-hour interview. I know the one with the one that I already uploaded, the gruesing interview was like 4 hours too. I already uploaded that. But I'm working on this other one where it's like every few minutes the audio gets off because like the video might like freeze up or something that makes the audio go off. So I'm going through it because I don't want it to be like, you're seeing her lips move one way and it doesn't match the audio. So it's taking me forever because you have to find where the audio goes off. So I have to go through the whole thing, find where the audio goes off, cut it, and then try to put that audio in place again. It's taken me forever, guys. So I hope you appreciate the next video I release of it. Holy crap, it took me forever. And now I'm not even done. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do because I had to overlap some stuff because the audio's off. So I'll have to like somehow fill it in where it's not too annoying. Like, I know it probably doesn't make sense to you guys, but trust me, it's something that's taken me forever. Which if the audio was on, it would have been a simple upload. Just upload the video, but nope. All right, hold on, guys. We're getting to it. Just drinking some water. Okay. Hey, Eddie. What up? What up? Sorry, I'm not going to do the camera today because I figure we're going to be reading documents, so I don't need to really be on camera. And then after this, I'm going to continue working on my Letitia videos. Okay, so let's read. So here's the 2 pictures that they had in their files. And then here's the first document I want to read to you. Hey, Kelly. Kelly. Soul, what's up? Casey, what up? Titanium, Rosie. Okay, so I'll be reading, so I'm not going to be able to see chat. I'll try to take a break here and there. Oh yeah, so hopefully I feel like the interview today or the next interview that I'm uploading with Letitia, I know they played like a lot of these in court, but like just to be able to see it, like the whole thing all together, number 1, number 2, um, to see like with better quality. It's I don't know, it's really interesting how they they took her phone when she's basically said the guy just took her phone, didn't ask her. She was trying to leave and they wouldn't let her leave. And then she peed her pants. It's just I was laughing in a way because she's like, "Well, I just peed my pants a little bit. My pants are all wet." I don't know, I was cracking up because I don't even feel bad for her because they wouldn't let her pee. They wouldn't let her go to the bathroom, and I don't know. It's funny. Anyway, all right. Good. I'm glad, Betty. Okay, let's read this here. How many of you guys have you guys all been following this Delphi case? I mean, if you guys have been in true crime, this is like one of the big cases that we always go back to because like every year there would be something that would bring it like before they caught Richard, it would be like something like, oh, maybe possible suspect. And then it would like we'd all like look into these people that the new person that it could be, and we'd look into them, and then it would be like, nope, dead end. And so like I feel like at least every year there'd be something where we were looking into a new person trying to figure out if it was him. And then they finally catch, Richard Allen, and then people are kind of doubting that it's him. I mean, there are some people, but I feel like I think they got their guy 100%. I'm not sure if he is gonna be the only person, but for some reason, I do think so, because I feel like he confesses to his wife. I feel like if there was somebody else involved, I feel like he would have said something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he would have said something, but I guess let's just read it because I don't even know what's all in this, so maybe there's some answers. Alright, you guys ready? Let me take this down. And oh, by the way, freaking soon as I ended that live yesterday, guys, they Law and Crime freaking uploaded that hearing. I was so mad. I was warming up my freaking dinner in the microwave and I see it. I'm like, they just uploaded it. So it was like as soon as I freaking ended, I was so mad. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I wait how long? And it was really good too. I wish I would have been able to watch it with you. I mean, I thought it was like the best hearing that we've had so far. It was the most happened in that hearing. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like it was good. We got to hear from Ange, we got to kind of just see like her thoughts on, the state. And I just thought it was really good. Like it was interesting to watch because the other ones were kind of boring to me. So yeah, I know that, Laugh-A-Day, but okay, so motion for leave of court to subpoena third-party records. Um, let's see. So it says while working with the and it does go into like on some of these other records, it goes into like even like how what brought him to back to Richard Allen and stuff. Is at least from me skimming it, it looked like there was some records that kind of showed like how they got back to him because you know how like he came in and gave his story that he was at the bridge right away, and it like one of the documents goes into all that too. So just from skimming these. Okay, so while working with the Delphi investigation, Carroll County Sheriff Department Detective Tony Liggett developed information that Richard Allen was involved in the murders of victim 1 and 2. The investigation shows the following. Actually, that's still too small, huh? There we go. Can you guys read that? Because I know if you guys are anything like me, you would want to. Hold on. It skips. Let me just put in 250. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to have to do 240. Hold on. Sorry, guys. That's perfect. Okay. That's as big as we could get. All right. There we go. That should work. Okay. So that on February 14th, 2017, victim 1 and victim 2 were found deceased in the woods approximately 0.2 miles northeast of Monon High Bridge in Carroll County. Their bodies were located on the north side of the Deer Creek. At the time, the Monon High Bridge Trail was an approximately 1-mile gravel trail terminating at the Monon High Bridge. The Monon High Bridge is an abandoned railroad trestle approximately 0.25 miles long, spanning the Deer Creek and Deer Creek Valley on the southeast end of the trail. Approximately 0.7 miles northwest on the trail from the northwestern edge of the Monon High Bridge is the Freedom Bridge, which is a pedestrian bridge spanning State Road 25. Approximately 300 feet west of Freedom Bridge was a former railroad overpass over Old State Railroad 25, also known as County Road 300. The trail terminates just west of the former railroad overpass. The majority of the trail is in a wooded area with a steep embankment on the south side of the trail. The entirety of the trail and the location of the girls' bodies were and are located in Carroll County, Indiana. Through interviews, reviews of electronic records, and review of video at the Hoosier Harvest store, investigators believe victim 1 and victim 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13th, 2017 by Kelsey German. The Mears farm is located on the north side of County Road 300 North near an entrance to the trails. A video from victim 2's phone shows that at 2:13 p.m., victim 1 and victim 2 encountered a male subject on the southeast portion of the Monon High Bridge. The male ordered the girls down the hill, or guys down the hill. No witness saw them after this time. No outgoing communications were found on victim 2's phone after this time. I'm going to slow down. I'm reading kind of fast. Okay. So their bodies were discovered on February 14th, 2017. The video recovered from victim 2's phone shows victim 1 walking southeast on the Monon High Bridge, while a male subject wearing a dark jacket and jeans walks behind her. As the male subject approaches victim 1 and victim 2, one of the victims mentions gun. Near the end of the video, a male is seen and heard telling the guys down the hill. The girls then begin to proceed down the hill and the video ends. A still photograph taken from the video and the guys down the hill audio was subsequently released to the public to assist investigators in identifying the male. Victim 1 and victim 2, deaths were ruled as homicides. Clothes were found in the Deer Creek belonging to victim 1 and victim 2, south of where their bodies were located. They were found south of where their bodies were located. There was also a .40 caliber unspent round less than 2 feet away from victim 2's body, between victim 1 and victim 2's bodies. So this unspent round was between the bodies. The round was unspent and had extraction marks on it. The interviews were conducted with 3 juveniles, RV, BW, and AS. They advised that they were on the Monon High Bridge Trail on February 13th, 2017. I'm trying to figure out who these initials are. So we have, I can't think. I don't know. Anyway, can't think right now. Anyway, so they were on that Monon High Bridge Trail on February 13th, 2017. They advised they were walking on the trail toward Freedom Bridge to go home when they encountered a male walking from Freedom Bridge toward the Monon High Bridge. AS described the male as kind of creepy, and advised he was wearing like blue jeans, a really light blue jacket, and his hair was gray, maybe a little brown, and he did not really show his face. She advised the jacket was a duck canvas type jacket. RV advised she said hi to the male, but he just glared at them. She recalled him being in all black and had something covering his mouth. She described him as not very tall with a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10". RV advised he was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. She stated he had his hands in his pockets. But that doesn't sound like BG, huh? But our bridge guy. I think this is the thing we were kind of... Okay, so BW showed investigators photographs she took on her phone while she was on the trail that day. The photographs included a photo of the Monon High Bridge taken at 12:43 p.m. and another one taken at 1:26 p.m. of the bench east of Freedom Bridge. BW advised after she took the photo of the bench, they started walking back toward Freedom Bridge. She advised that was when they encountered the man who matched the description of the photograph taken from victim 2's video. Okay, so when they were walking back to Freedom Bridge. Okay. BW described the man she encountered on the trail as wearing a blue or black windbreaker jacket. She advised the jacket had a collar and he had his hood up from the clothing underneath his jacket. The collar and had his hood up from the clothing. Okay, sorry. She advised he was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. She advised her head came up to approximately his shoulder. She advised RV said hi to the man and that he said nothing back. She stated he was walking with a purpose, like he knew where he was going. She stated he had his hands in his pockets and kept his head down. She advised she did not get a good look at his face, but believed him to be a white male. The girls advised after counting the mail, they continued their walk across Freedom Bridge and the old railroad bridge over Old State Road 25. Investigators spoke with Betsy Blair, who advised she was on the trail on February 13th, 2017. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store captured Betsy's vehicle traveling eastbound at 1:46 p.m. toward the entrance across from the Mears farm. Betsy advised that she saw 4 juvenile females walking on the bridge over Old State Road 25 as she was driving underneath on her way to the park. Betsy advised there were no other cars parked across from the Mears farm when she parked. She advised she walked to the Monon High Bridge and observed a male matching the one from victim two's video. She described the male she saw as a white male wearing blue jeans and a blue jacket. She advised he was standing on the first platform of the Monon High Bridge and approximately 50 feet from her. Well, she advised she turned around at the bridge and continued her walk. She advised that approximately halfway between the bridge and the parking area across from the Mears farm, she passed 2 girls walking toward Monon High Bridge. She advised she believed the girls were victim 1 and victim 2. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store shows at 1:49 p.m. a white car matching Kelsey German's vehicle traveling away from the entrance across from the Mears farm. Hold on, I want to see something real quick, guys. Give me 1 minute. So that's page 8. Hold on 1 second. I just want to make sure. Well, I just want to make sure I got. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that this was because I wanted to read that one first. I wanted to make sure this was the right one, because they have 3 of these documents that look like exactly the same. They're titled the same and everything, but the numbers are a little bit different in them for some reason. And so I try to look through all 3 and they seem to be exactly the same. So I'm not sure why they're like labeled as different numbers. So I just wanted to make sure I had that this was right. Anyway, okay. So she advised she believed the girls were victim 1 and victim 2. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store shows at 1:49 a white car matching Kelsey German's vehicle traveling away from the entrance across from the Mears farm. Betsy advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. I didn't realize that so many people saw him for some reason. Was that known that all these people actually saw him? I remember like the girls, there was a group of like a young girl that saw him, but I didn't realize there was multiple people. Anyway, her vehicle was seen on Hoosier Harvest Store video at 2:14 p.m., leaving westbound from the trails. Betsy advised when she was leaving, she noted a vehicle was parked in an odd manner at the old Child Protective Services building. She said it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there, but she noticed it was odd because of the manner it was parked, backed in near the building. Investigators received a tip from Terry Wilson in which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 around 2:10 p.m. on February 13th, 2017. He observed a purple PT Cruiser or a small SUV type vehicle parked on the south side of the old CPS building. He stated it appeared as though it was backed in as to conceal the license plate of the vehicle. Move this up. So right here. Betsy and Terry both drew diagrams of where they saw the vehicle and vehicle parked, and their diagrams generally matched as to the area the vehicle was parked and the manner in which it was parked. Wesley McWhirter advised he remembered seeing a smaller dark color car parked at the old CPS building. He described it as possibly being a smart car. McWhirter's vehicle was seen leaving at 2:28 p.m. on the Hoosier Harvest Store video. Investigators spoke with Sarah Carbaugh, who stated that she saw that she was traveling east on 300 North on February 13th, 2022, and observed a male subject walking west on the north side of 300 North, away from the Monon High Bridge. Sarah advised that the male subject was wearing a blue-colored jacket and blue jeans and was muddy and bloody. She further stated that it appeared he had gotten into a fight. Investigators were able to determine from watching the video from the Hoosier Harbor store that Sarah Carbaugh was traveling on CR 300 north at approximately 3:57 p.m. Through interviews, electronic data, photographs, and video from the Hoosier Harbor store, investigators determined that there were other people on the trail that day after 2:13 p.m. Those people were interviewed, and none of those individuals encountered the male subject referenced above, witnessed by the juvenile girls, Betsy Blair and Sarah Carbaugh. Further, none of those individuals witnessed victim 1 and 2. Investigators reviewing prior tips encountered a tip narrative from an officer who interviewed Richard M. Allen in 2017. This narrative stated Mr. Allen was on the trail between 13:30 and 15:30. So that's 1:30. Uh, wait. So is he lying? Hold on. No, that would be right. Okay. So that would be, no, he's saying 3:30. So 1:30 and 3 to 3:30. But yeah, I guess so. That girl's seen, so that girl probably seen him at like around 3:57 walking back. So because they saw her car. So he's saying he was there between 1:30 and 3:30. He was there a little bit later, it looks like. But anyway, he parked at the old Farm Bureau building and walked to the new Freedom Bridge. While at the Freedom Bridge, he saw 3 females. He noted one was taller and had brown or black hair. He did not remember description, nor did he speak with them. He walked from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. He did not see anybody, although he stated he was watching a stock ticker on his phone as he walked. He stated there were vehicles parked at the High Bridge trailhead, however, did not pay attention to them. He did not take any photos or video. His cell phone did not list an IMEI, but did have the following potential follow-up information. Who were the 3 girls walking in the area of Freedom Bridge? Investigators believe Mr. Allen was referring to the former Child Protective Services building, as there was not a Farm Bureau building in the area, nor had there been. Investigators believe the females he saw included RV, BW, and AS due to the time they were leaving the trail, the time he reported getting to the trail, and the descriptions of the 3 females he gave. Investigators discovered Richard Allen owned 2 vehicles in 2017, a 2016 black Ford Focus and a 2006 gray Ford 500. Investigators observed a vehicle that resembled Allen's 2016 Ford Focus on the Hoosier Harbor store video at 1:27 p.m. traveling westbound on CR 300 north in front of the Hoosier Harbor store, which coincided with his statement that he arrived around 1:30 at the trails. Investigators note witnesses described the vehicle parked at the former CPS building as a PT Cruiser, small SUV, or smart car. Investigators believe those descriptions are similar in nature to a 2016 Ford Focus. On October 13th, 2022, Richard was interviewed again by investigators. He advised he was on the trail on February 13th, 2017. He stated he saw juvenile girls on the trail east of Freedom Bridge and that he went on to the Monon High Bridge. Richard Allen further stated he went out onto the Monon High Bridge to watch the fish. Later in his statement, he said he walked out to the first platform on the bridge. He stated he then walked back, sat on a bench on the trail, and then left. He stated he parked his car on the side of an old building. He told investigators that he was wearing blue jeans and a blue or black Carhartt jacket with a hood. He advised he may have been wearing some type of head covering as well. He further claimed he saw no one else except for the juvenile girls he saw east of the Freedom Bridge. He told investigators that he owns firearms and that they are at his home. I forgot that I have, hold on one second. I forgot that I have other setups for this. Hold on, give me 1 minute. Yeah, that's going to work out better. Okay. 1 second. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, okay. I just feel bad because I don't know how far to scroll up where you guys can still read it, but I'll just go like this. Okay. So, yeah. So they were saying, where did we take off? Yeah. So he may have been wearing some type of head cover, and he further claimed he saw no one else except the juvenile girls. And he told investigators that he owns firearms and they were at his home. I could go up like that. Okay. Richard Allen's wife, Kathy Allen, also spoke to investigators. She confirmed that Richard did have guns and knives at the residence. She also stated that Richard still owns a blue Carhartt jacket. On October 13th, 2022, investigators executed a search warrant on Richard Allen's residence in 1965 North Whitman Drive, Delphi, Carroll County, Indiana. Among other items, officers located jackets, boots, knives, and firearms, including a Sig Sauer Model 226 or P226 40 caliber pistol with serial number U625627. Between October 14th, 2022 and October 19th, 2022, the Indiana State Police Lab performed an analysis on Allen's Sig Sauer Model P226. The lab performed a physical examination and classification of the firearm, function test, barrel, and overall length measurement, test firing, ammunition component characterization, and microscopic comparison. In Nibin, the lab determined the unspent round located within 2 feet of the victim's body had been cycled through Richard M. Allen's Sig Sauer Model P226. The lab remarked, an identification opinion is reached when the evidence exhibits an agreement of class characteristics and a sufficient agreement of individual marks. Sufficient agreement is related to the significant duplication of random striated impressed marks as evidenced by the correspondent of a pattern or combination of patterns of surface contours. The interpretation of identification is subjective in nature and based on relevant scientific research in the reporting examiner's training and experience. Investigators then ran the firearm and found that the firearm was purchased by Richard Allen in 2001. Richard Allen voluntarily came to the Indiana State Police Post on October 26, 2022. He spoke with investigators and stated that he never allowed anyone to use or borrow the Sig Sauer Model P226 firearm. When asked about the unspent bullet, he did not have an explanation of why the bullet was found between the bodies of Victim 1 and Victim 2. He again admitted that he was on the trail but denied knowing Victim 1 or Victim 2 and denied any involvement in their murders. Carroll County Sheriff's Department Detective Tony Liggett has been part of the investigation since it started in 2017. He has had an opportunity to review and examine evidence gathered in this investigation. Detective Liggett, along with other investigators, believe the evidence gathered shows that Richard Allen is the male subject seen on the video from Victim 2's phone, who forced the victims down the hill. Further, that the victims were forced down the hill by Richard Allen and lead to the location where they were murdered. Through the statements and photographs of the juvenile females and the statement of the Betsy Blair RV, BUW, and AS were at the southeast edge of the trail at 12:43 p.m., east of the Freedom Bridge at 1:26, and walked across the former railroad overpass over Old State Road 25 after 1:26 and before 1:46 p.m. They walked the entirety of the trail and observed only one person, an adult male. Betsy Blair's vehicle is seen on Hoosier Harvester at video at 1:46 p.m. and leaving at 2:14, and she stated she only saw one adult male. RV, BW, AS, and Betsy described the male in similar manners, wearing similar clothing, leading investigators to believe all four saw the same male individual. Investigators believe the male observed by Betsy, RV, BW, and AS is the same male depicted in the video from Victim 2's phone due to the descriptions of the male by the four females matching the male in the video. Furthermore, Victim 2's video was taken at 2:13 p.m., and Betsy Blair saw only one male while she was on the trail approximately 1:46 to 2:14. Investigators believe Richard Allen was the male seen by Betsy and the other three, and the male was seen the male in Victim 2's video. Richard told investigators he was on the trail from 1:30 to 3:30 that day. Video from Hoosier Harvester shows the vehicle that matches the description of Richard Allen's vehicle passing at 1:27 toward the former CPS building. The clothing he told investigators he was wearing matched the clothing of the male in Victim 2's video and the clothing descriptions provided by Betsy, RV, and BW, and AS. A vehicle matching the description of his 2016 Ford Focus is seen at or around 2:10 p.m., 2:14 p.m., and 2:28 p.m. at the former CPS building. Through his own admissions, Richard walked the trails and eventually hiked them to the Monon High Bridge and walked out onto the Monon High Bridge. A male subject matching Richard Allen's description was not seen on the trail after 2:13. Investigators identified other individuals on the trails or CR 300 North between 2:30 and 4:11 p.m. None of these individuals saw a male subject matching the description of Richard Allen on the trail. Furthermore, Richard Allen stated that he only saw the 3 girls on the trail, who investigators believe to be RV, BW, and AS. Okay. Investigators believe Richard Allen was not seen on the trail after 2:13 because he was in the woods with victim 1 and victim 2. An unspent 40 caliber round between the bodies of the victims was forensically determined to have been cycled through Richard Allen's gun. The Sig Sauer model was found at Richard Allen's residence, and he admitted to owning it. Investigators were able to determine that he owned it since 2001. Richard Allen stated he had not been on that property where the unspent round was found, that he did not know the property owner, and that he had no explanation as to why the round cycled through his firearm would be at the location. Furthermore, he stated that he never allowed anyone to use or borrow the gun. Investigators believe that after the victims were murdered, Richard returned to his vehicle by walking down CR 300 North. Investigators believe he was seen by Sarah Carbaugh walking back to his vehicle with clothes that were muddy and bloody. Tony, along with investigators, believe that the statements made by the witnesses, because the statements corroborate the timeline of death of the two victims, as well as coincide with the admission made by Richard Allen. Further, the accounts relayed by Betsy Blair and the 3 girls are similar in nature, and timestamps on photographs taken by BW correspond to the times the juvenile females said they were on the trail and saw the male individual. Investigators believe Richard M. Allen committed this kidnapping, which resulted in the killing of victims 1 and 2. From there, prior conclusions, investigators believe Richard M. Allen was the male depicted in victim 2's video saying guys down the hill. They believe Richard was carrying his Sig Sauer model P226 on that day due to the cycled round matching that firearm was located within feet of victim 2's body. They further believe he was carrying the Sig Sauer from the audio from victim 2's video, in which investigators believe they hear the sound of a gun being cycled and one of the victims mentioning a gun. Which is crazy because that was one of the things that they kind of kept from us, right? They kept one of the victims saying gun. And they kept which we all thought that little noise that they were trying to alter, that was what a gun cocking. You know what I'm saying? We all, us little sleuths over here, like that was a lot of what our conclusions were. But I mean, it's just kind of weird that they wouldn't let us know that. But I guess probably because they found the bullet, and that was one of their big pieces of evidence, maybe. But I still don't understand why telling us would have like ruined anything. But anyway, I'm sure it has something to do with what they found there. Because I mean, ultimately, that bullet is what linked him. At least it's a good piece of evidence, right? Anyway, where are we at? Okay, so the sound of the gun being cycled and the victims mentioning the gun. Investigators believe that after the time victim 1 and victim 2 were removed from the bridge by Richard to where their murders occurred. Okay. Charges were filed against Richard Allen on October 28th, 2022 for 2 counts of murder. Once Richard Allen was taken into custody, he was moved to the Westville Correctional Facility, which is part of the Indiana Department of Corrections, for safekeeping. He has been in said facility since November 2022. When Richard Allen entered the facility, he was placed in the segregation unit for his protection. In the segregation unit, his cell is equipped with a video recorder, which records his activities within the cell. There are also logs indicating when Richard Allen leaves the cell and for what purposes. He is also being seen by medical providers and mental health specialists to evaluate his physical condition and monitor his mental health. Richard Allen also has the ability to use a tablet in his cell to send text messages, make phone calls, and listen to music. Wow, that's pretty nice. Wow. Wait, he could just like text whoever he wants. I know they record his calls, so it's not private because that's how they heard him confessing to his wife. But like, wow. So he could text, he could phone call and listen to music. Not too bad, huh? But I wonder once people get convicted if they still have that. Like, because he's still technically innocent until, he's proven guilty. So I wonder, like, once people get convicted, do they still have that option? Huh. Not sure. Okay. So upon Richard M. Allen's arrival to the facility, he was placed on suicide watch because of certain statements he made about harming himself. Throughout his stay, his mental health improved to the point that he was taken off. Oh, I forgot I shouldn't say that word. He was taken off S Watch. Um, he was also participating in recreation time and beginning to exercise. The facility reports that he was doing well and that he had no issues or concerns. His day to day demeanor was that he was quiet, read a lot of books, did crossword puzzles, and exercised daily. On April 3rd, 2023, Richard made a phone call to his wife, Kathy Allen. In that phone call, Richard M. Allen admits several times that he killed Abby and Libby. Investigators had the phone call transcribed, and the transcription confirms that Richard M. Allen admits that he committed the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. He admitted several times within the phone call that he committed the offenses as charged. His wife Kathy ends the phone call abruptly. So you can imagine, I'm sure his wife is still in denial before he admits, like probably like, no, there's no way he could have done it. Like maybe in denial, even though I'm sure there's certain signs like his demeanor probably changed after it, like the clothes, what happened to that coat. I'm sure there's certain signs that made her question, but I'm sure like, you're in that denial, I feel like. But like, so he admits it. So then can you imagine like when like him admitting it to her and it's like, so she probably just like hangs up the phone because it ends abruptly. She probably just hangs up and it's probably just like, what the heck? Ugh. But anyway, soon after, attorneys for Richard M. Allen filed an emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. In that motion, the defense states that Richard M. Allen's mental state has declined because of Westville Correctional Facility is unfit and that he should be moved. Defense also makes allegations that his mental health has declined to the point where Richard M. Allen has been deprived of his constitutional right to assist in his defense of this case. Further, defense alleges that his mental capacity has declined because of his incarceration at Westville Correctional Facility. Defense has also challenged that his treatment is unconstitutional. Soon after investigators were made aware of the warden of Westville Correctional Facility, or made aware by the warden of Westville, that Richard began to act strangely. Wait. Soon after what, though? Hold on. Defense has challenged that his treatment is unconstitutional. Soon after, investigators were made aware by the warden of Westville Correctional Facility that Richard began to act strangely. Soon after what, though? That he confessed to his wife? Or soon after? I'm confused what they're saying. Soon after his defense, or is it soon after his defense was making claims that his mental health was declining, and then maybe that's what it means, and then he started acting strangely, maybe to go along with that. You know what I'm saying? Because okay, they're going to make claims of that to go along with it. And you know what? This all could think about this timing. So he confesses to his wife probably after he probably realizes, oh my god, like that's wow. I'm sure they freaking recorded it, and maybe he realized like what he just did. So then he's going to try to use like his mental health, like, oh, he just was saying things, he didn't mean it, he's crazy, he's not even in the right state of mind, he didn't even know what he was saying or something. You know what I'm saying? Because after that, then his defense is trying to say they're saying he was fine before that, and then he confesses, and then now his defense is like, oh no, he's not treated right. No, he shouldn't be there. And then they're saying, oh, all of a sudden now he starts acting strangely after all that. So it could be all a fake. Anyway. Yeah, yep. I think so. Because the timing just is too perfect. What's up, miss? Okay, so Richard M. Allen was wetting down paperwork he had gotten from his attorneys and eating it. Oh my God, what? He was refusing to eat and refusing to sleep. So he's eating these papers from his attorneys. Oh my Lord. Okay. So he's refusing to eat, refusing to sleep. He would go days on end refusing to sleep. Well, that'll make, dude, see, that could even be a part of it because if you don't sleep, you start hallucinating, which would be like almost like a psychosis, right? Like you're in like you caused it, like if he's refusing to sleep on purpose. So that could like play into this whole, oh, I'm crazy, whatever. Because, okay, how can you make that be true? Don't sleep for days. You're going to start hallucinating. You are going to not start thinking right, right? And then the eating paper, I don't know why he had to do that. I guess just to make it look more real. Like he's crazy, eating paper, not eating food. Okay, he further broke the tablet that he used for text messages and phone calls. Okay. He went from making up to 2-hour call wait, he went from making up to 2 phone calls a day as of April 3rd, 2023 to not making any phone calls at all. To date, Richard M. Allen still has not made a phone call since April 3rd, 2023. Wow. So I wonder if after he confessed to his wife, did he ever talk to her after that? Or is that when the phone calls stopped? Because I mean, I just wonder, like, so he tells her, and then was that it? Like, has she not talked to him since? Very interesting. What? Oh, hey, Dolly Vision, what's up? How have you been? I haven't seen you around in a minute. Hope you're doing good. Um, all right, so where are we at? So on April 14th, 2023, Richard M. Allen was evaluated by 2 psychiatrists and 1 psychologist to discuss his turn in behavior and whether or not there was a need for involuntary medication. The panel would also discuss moving Richard M. Allen to a different facility that has a psychiatric unit. From that meeting, it was determined that Richard M. Allen did not need involuntary medication and that he did not need to be moved to another facility. Since that meeting, Richard M. Allen has began to eat again and has begun to sleep. He his behavior has begun to return to what it was prior to making the admission on April 3rd, 2023. Oh yeah, so never mind, that is it. Because he said, yeah, so his admission was April 3rd, and then he hadn't made a phone call since. So that answers my question. So he has not talked to his wife after he made that admission. Because look, his admission is April 3rd. Where does it say he has not? Right here. He has not made a phone call since April 3rd. Okay. So anyway, so now he's getting better, it looks like. Or maybe he's deciding that it's not gonna work. Is faking. Investigators believe the information that Westville Correctional Facility has gathered since Richard was placed in the facility is important to the investigation. Investigators believe that there is a video evidence that will include his admissions, plus his behavior prior to the admission and directly after. Investigators also believe logs kept of his daily routines are important to determine when he was in his cell and when he was removed, and the reasons he was removed. Further, any records of physical exams and or mental exams will be important to determine the state of his mental and physical health. This information is needed to refute the allegations made in defense's emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. The evidence is also necessary to refute the allegations of diminished mental capacity and or other possible defenses. It may also be important as the state introduces additional evidence gathered, including admissions made by Richard Allen himself. Investigators believe all the information is important in the continued investigation for murder of Abby and Libby. For these reasons, the state is requesting the employment records of Richard Allen as specified in the attached subpoena. The request for production documents. Okay, here. This request is made for the purpose of an investigation regarding murder. Further, in response to the observations made by the investigating officer, the state believes that Richard is a suspect in the criminal acts. The state believes that the employment records would be able to confirm or support information that law enforcement has acquired as a result of the murder investigation. The state has contacted defense counsel for Richard, and defense counsel has not informed me whether they consent or object to these subpoenas. The state of Indiana has also sent them a courtesy copy of this subpoena. So they're saying, yeah, they respectfully pray that this court review the attached subpoena and the order production of said records, such other relief as is justice and proper in the premises. So I'm wondering if they're gonna try to let me take this down. They're gonna try to. I have more to read, guys, so don't leave if you want to read more. But I just want to take a break so that document's over. So they have more, or they're gonna try to not like say that that's not admissible or something. They can't use that admission. I wonder. I don't know. Yeah, Jory, what's up? Hey, Juliet. All right, let's read his letters now. All right. Let's do it. Hey, Peyton, what's up? Hey, Kiwi. Oh, you're the cute face. All right, so let's do his letters, and then I have a few more documents I want to read. Hey, Jeff, what up? Hey, Lavina. I'm done with that document. That was only 8 pages. So basically, showing how that was really interesting. How like he started acting different right after he freaking confessed to his wife, and the defense starts saying, "Oh, he's not in the right mental health. This facility is not appropriate or whatever." And then all this, I don't know. Then all of a sudden he gets better, huh? So I think he was purposely, yeah, the lack of sleep, trying to like play into that whole craziness. But see, there could still you there's I think they're still gonna try that because they're gonna go by like they're gonna try to pretend like in the moment when he confessed to his wife, what kind of mental state was he in? So it's gonna like look like because he starts acting weird right after, but I'm sure they'll see through that. They're gonna see like, wait a minute. He wasn't acting crazy before he confessed to her, which all of a sudden, wait, he just gets crazy like right when he confesses and then right after. I mean, that makes no sense. So I think people are gonna see through that if they try not to say that it's like a admissible confession because of his state of mind or something if they try to pull something like that. Okay, so let's look at the letters real quick and then let me see I have like 7 or 8 documents, but we'll kind of go through them and see which ones you think. I don't think any of them are that long though. All right, so let me find the letters real quick. 1 second. No. Well, that's the same one. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna get them all up and then go through them like that. Mhm. Oh, those are those pictures. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So let's do the letters real quick. Okay, so let's see. I want to see do it in order. Which letters first? So that says April 28th, November. That's when it's. Oh yeah. Well, duh. One of them is for him getting help, like assistance and representation, basically. Okay, so let's read this one. This one's first. November 9th, 2022 is when it was filed. Okay. To Carroll Circuit Court and those associated. So it has the case number. There we go. All right. And in the cause. Wow. Does he not know how to spell case? Or is that anyway? In the cause listed above, I, Richard M. Allen, hereby throw myself at the mercy of the court. I am begging to be provided with legal assistance in a public defender or whatever help is available. At my initial hearing on October 28th, 2022, I asked to find representation for myself. However, at that time, I had no clue how expensive it would be just to talk to someone. I also did not realize what my wife and I's immediate financial situation was going to be. Oh, actually, hold on, let me move that over. There we go. There we go. All right, where are we at? So we are right here. We have both been forced to immediately abandon employment, myself due to incarceration, and my wife for her personal safety. She has had to abandon our house for her own safety. What little revenue maybe there is will fail to even maintain the original residence. Again, I throw myself at the mercy of the court. Please provide me with whatever assistance you may. Thank you for your time in this most urgent matter. And then this is April 28th. So remember, or he has it dated. Hold on. When did he write it? What does that say? April 11th? Why can't I even tell what? I think it's April 11th, right? So remember, he confessed April 3rd to his wife. Okay. Dear Clerk of Courts, I am an inmate at Westville Correctional Facility in the same unit that Richard Allen is being. Oh, wait, this isn't even from Richard Allen. Wow. Well, hold on. I swear there was one that it was Richard Allen writing about his conditions. Unless if I'm mistaken. If there was, I might have to go look to see. But let's read this first. Okay. Can you guys read that fine? You scroll down. There we go. Okay. Princess Megan Elsa, what's up? Courtney, yeah, I didn't even realize. Like I said, I haven't read any of these. I just skimmed through to try to find like the interesting one. So anyway, I'm an inmate at Westville Correctional Facility in the same unit that Richard Allen is being housed in awaiting trial. Richard Allen is being abused and mistreated along with other inmates in Westville Control Unit restrictive housing. There are corrupt officers and ranking officers calling Richard Allen a kid killer, teasing him that he has a visit from his family. Phone is ringing on his tablet. Inmates in his cells. A1102 Logan Osborne. A2207 inmate Riley. Inmate cell. Okay, so he's just naming a bunch of cellmates here. But what is he saying? Officers calling Richard and teasing him that he has a visit from his family. Phone is ringing on his inmates in the cells. Wait. Phone is ringing on his tablet. Inmates in his cells. Oh, they're okay. They're naming all the inmates, and then it says they're threatening to kill Richard and telling him to kill himself. So all these inmates, but you can. I mean, they can't control what other inmates do, right? Or are they saying, yeah, inmates? I mean, that's prison. I mean, well, I guess since he shouldn't be in prison yet, but that's the life, right? Anyway, let's see. Threatening to kill Richard, telling him to kill himself, and then these inmates have made these comments in front of Warden John Gallipew, ranking officers and officers. The staff has recorded on camera these inmates making these threats and suggestions to kill himself and has done nothing to stop it. Well, remember when Chris Watts got into they had to move him from Weld County. Remember, he was getting all people like screaming for him to kill, off himself. Or I don't even know what word I could use because I shouldn't use those two words together because that will probably trigger something. But yeah, he was getting it. They didn't really, it's not like they went in and said they couldn't yell it. They basically just tried to like seclude him so nobody could get access to him, but they could still yell things. But as far as, if they're really mistreating him, then that's messed up because first of all, he is innocent until proven guilty. I do agree that maybe he shouldn't be in prison because usually you're in a jail, right? So I don't know. I think some of these documents kind of explain that kind of stuff of why they are choosing to have him there. And the defense is like arguing that he shouldn't be there. So some of these documents will probably kind of explain to us some of that stuff, but I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? Do you think he should be in a prison or should he not be in a prison? Because remember they said that like nobody has ever heard of that, like before his trial, that he's already in like a maximum security prison. So I don't know how I feel about that. It doesn't seem right, but I don't know what their reasons are. Okay, so like I don't know if they just don't have any other options or something for some reason or what. So anyway, let's see where we at. So abuse and mistreatment. So I have proof and evidence of assaults by ranking officers and officers on inmates. See, I don't like that. Abuse and mistreatment and grievance and the governor's office of something Bud's bureau that have been mishandled and covered up because the Indiana Department of Corrections is allowed to police itself with their Office of Investigation and Intelligence. I recently sent letters to the U.S. Department of Justice from Indiana State Representative Dr. Vernon G. Smith and from the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee concerning the DOJ and FBI mishandling complaints on the Indiana Department of Correction and their facilities. Um, Yeah, I think that's one of the argument Lafferty that they make. It's for his own safety, but I just don't think that they should. I mean, I hope that they aren't abused like that. I just hope this really isn't true. But I mean, I know it happens in prisons, but you just hate to see it. And you know what? Like digging into this case, you do see like a lot of corruption within this county and stuff. Um, that's like you could go down a rabbit hole with that for like months. Um, So, like, people digging into this case, trying to figure it out, they've uncovered a lot about this, yeah, about this county and stuff. So, I guess I wouldn't be surprised. But the sucky thing is they're not gonna. I don't know how credible they're gonna take another inmate. Like, what? I don't even think they're gonna even put much thought into this letter. Which sucks. They would have to have more than this. I feel like. Okay, on March 21st, 2023, while in the same unit as Richard Allen, I attempted unaliving and spent 3 days in the hospital due to staff and officer abuse and mistreatment. So basically, this guy tried to take his own life. Well, they say, "Hey, see here, are you talking about this guy?" Wait, let me put this up. Where is your comment? Moon, are you talking about this your hope this guy is or Allen? Richard Allen is? Because they said Richard Allen was, but they took him off because he was fine then. So I don't know when he started April 3rd, when he started acting a little different again, if they put him back on. I don't remember seeing that in that document. But anyway, okay, so this guy tries to, take his own life. Spent 3 days in the hospital. But see, he's saying he tried to do that, but then he spent 3 days in the hospital due to staff and officer abuse and mistreatment. But wouldn't it be because what he tried to do though? Too? I mean, how is he differentiating? Like maybe they put you in the hospital because you just tried to take your life. So how did you do that? Maybe you had to go to the hospital because of that. But maybe he's saying like he tried to because of that. And then I don't know. But anyway, on April 9th, 2022, I attempted again. So I guess he attempted it again to take his life again and spent 4 days in the hospital intensive care unit. The IDOC or their mental health provider has provided me no mental health help and treatment. I correspond with a New York Times investigative report and her team at the University of Law. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I got to do something real quick. Dang it. Forgot something. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm an idiot. Okay. One second. They're trying to. I just have to request a review here. All right. Okay, so let's continue here. Where are we at? I corresponded with a New York Times investigative reporter and her team at the University School of Law and have made them aware of the assaults, abuse, and mistreatment going on here at Westville Correctional Facility and other IDOC facilities. Please forward this letter to the judge in Richard Allen's case and to his attorneys because I have wrote to the organizations mentioned to expose the assaults, abuse, and mistreatment. Respectfully submitted, sincerely, Robert Baston. Robert P. Baston. Richard Allen's attorneys just exposed the abuse and mistreatment in the news media and filed an emergency petition in the court. So I don't know. So maybe he said he talked to what New York Times. Maybe they'll, I don't know if they'll write anything on it or not. Okay. All right, let's bring up another document here. Okay, so I read this one. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Sorry, I'm just trying to skim through it here. I'll share these while I'm doing it. I'm trying to figure out which one. The next one I want to read. Let's see if this is interesting. Restraining, okay, verify motion for temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction. Hold on, let me see here. So, I mean, this is saying that defendant Allen remains incarcerated in the maximum security prison where attorneys Rosie and Baldwin are required to travel to engage in an in-person attorney-client communications. And they're the ones representing him. And then at various times between November and April, both attorney Rosie and Baldwin visited defendant Allen in the prison. During the visits, Rosie and Baldwin were allowed to possess their cell phones and computers to assist with their attorney-client dealings. Said visit typically occurred in office of the captain of the Westville Correctional Facility or other office spaces which appeared to be reserved for administrative uses. Other than presence of an officer placed immediately outside the door of the various meetings until a visit on or about Friday, April 21st, some semblance of privacy was offered up to the attorney and defendant Allen. On April 5th, Richard filed an emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. Said motion contains various allegations regarding the unacceptable conditions under which defendant Allen has and continues to be detained. In response to this motion, the court essentially reaffirmed the original safekeeping order, deferring matters of defendant Allen's incarceration to the Indiana Department of Corrections. So on Friday, April 21st, Baldwin and his staff visited defendant at the Westville Correctional Facility. At all times during the visit, attorney Baldwin and his staff member Allen were under the constant surveillance of correctional staff who also videotaped the attorney-client conference through a window just outside the meeting room under conditions similar to that which are referenced in paragraph 9 below. Additionally, unlike the previous visits that occurred before April 5th, attorney Baldwin was prohibited from bringing his cell phone into the visit. See, what about, they're supposed to have private time where they're able to work on their case where they're not videotaped by the freaking prison. That's crazy. What the heck? I'd be mad too. On May 4th, attorney Rosie and his staff member visited defendant Allen Attorney Rozzi and a staff member were placed inside an office which was approximately 12 feet by 8 feet in size. The room contained approximately 4 separate padded chairs and a desk. On one end of the room there were windows facing the outside, and on the other end of the room there was a window facing the interior hallway of the prison security unit. Attorney Rozzi offered up to the defendant Allen one of the padded seats in the room. The correctional staff required that defendant sit in a plastic chair in the center of the room facing the interior window. Defendant Allen was approximately 8 feet from the window. The chair was situated such that defendant was facing directly at the interior window and directly into the video camera. Wow. A correctional officer was then stationed on the opposite side of the window in the hallway with a video camera, which was pointed directly at defendant Allen and also in the direction of Attorney Rozzi and his staff member who were sitting right next to the defendant. Attorney Rozzi is of the belief that the entire visit, which lasted approximately 1 hour, was videotaped by prison staff. Never before has Attorney Rozzi experienced such an infringement on an accused right to confidential communications with counsel. Yeah, that's messed up, dude. If that's true, that is messed up. Well, who are you saying not true to? I know that's what I'm saying. Usually you're in jail, not prison. There's a difference between being in jail and prison. So I don't know if you're talking to me. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in custody. I was saying that that was the first time they said that somebody was like a maximum security prison before being convicted. If you're talking to me, I'm not sure if that's to me. Anyway, yeah, that is. Isn't that messed up? So yeah, I understand. I'd be mad too. Like, anyway, let's see. It is also noteworthy that Rozzi was prohibited from possessing a cell phone and laptop computer during the visit. As a result, Rozzi had no ability to discuss with defendant any part of the discovery. Oh my god, that has been offered. Dude, this is like stuff like this is what's going to cause this freaking um like an appeal or whatever where it's not he's going to possibly be able to get all, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't, they're breaking so many laws here that it could actually screw up the case. I mean, for both of them, it's not fair to him, but also they need to watch because he's needs to be afforded certain rights, and if they don't give them to him, then they could screw up the whole thing. So they need to freaking mistrial, and they need to. I don't know why they're doing that. That is just not right. They should know better. Anyway, according to Rozzi, respectfully request that this court issue a temporary restraining order prohibiting the Indiana Department of Corrections from videotaping the attorney-client visits, as well as authorizing Attorney Rozzi and Baldwin to have access to their laptop computers and cell phones during said visits. Attorney Rozzi alleges the following support of his request: that immediate and irreparable injury, loss, or damage will result to defendant Allen in the absence of the issuance of such an order. The moving party is reasonably likely to prevail on the merits as the defendant has a fundamental right to confidential attorney-client communications at all times during the pendency of his case. Oh, I can make this a little bit bigger. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. The threatened injury to the moving party, if an injunction is denied, outweighs the threatened harm to the adverse party if the injunction is granted. The public interest will be disserved if injunctive relief is not granted. Attorney Rozzi further certifies that he has provided a copy of this notice to Elise Gallagher, attorney for the DOC, simultaneously with the filing of this request. Attorney Rozzi further requests that this court issue a preliminary injunction affording the relief requested in paragraph 11. After notice to the adverse party and hearing on the merits of said request. The actions of the Indiana Department of Corrections referenced above run afoul of the attorney-client privilege and defendant's Sixth Amendment right to counsel. In addition, the prohibitions and restrictions placed upon Attorney Rozzi and Attorney Baldwin have significantly impaired their ability to share information with defendant Allen regarding the charges and allegations. The actions of the Indiana Department of Corrections staff are inconsistent and far more intrusive than those privileges afforded other individuals who are awaiting trial in the Department of Corrections. Yeah, that's messed up. Huh. And it sucks though because they have a good case, like, come on. You're gonna screw it up, guys. Um, Plus, he has the right to have that confidential with his attorneys. Okay, what is this? Request production to non-party. There's a reason why I saved this. Hold on. It was one of the ones that something in it I felt was interesting. Let's see. Request for production to non-party. Bradley requests that such production be made to Bradley A. Rossi by mailing a copy of said documents. So it's what? To permit entry onto designated land or other property in the possession or control of the Indiana Department of Corrections for the purpose of inspecting, measuring, surveying, and photographing the individual cell block and surrounding facility wherein the defendant Allen has been continuously incarcerated since November, pursuant to the safekeeping order entered herein November 3rd. So yeah, it says Rossi and Baldwin and their agent are available to inspect the premises upon reasonable notice, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and any other convenient time. Hold on a second. Let's see if there's anything more in this than what I read before. This might just be the same thing. It's just the redacted version or it's the one that doesn't have the end. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's see what this is. Oh, this is the state's objection. Suppress the evidence seized as a result of the search warrant executed on the home of the defendant. The defense alleges that the search warrant was unreasonable under the Indiana federal constitution in that it lacked probable cause, that it failed to establish that the items to be seized were in the residence or could be expected to be in the residence, that the affidavit failed to provide particular information that particular items related to the particular crime would be found in the home, and that the affidavit failed to connect generic items to actual items that were possibly used in the crime. That in September 2022, while reviewing the evidence in the investigation into the murders, investigators discovered an interview that was done with Richard Allen in 2017 by Indiana Conservation Office Dan Doolin, that in the 2017 interview, Richard Allen admitted being on the trail that day that Abigail Williams and Liberty went missing. He stated that he was on the trail between 1:30 and 3:30, and that while he was on the trail, he was using his phone. On October 13th, 2022, investigators invited Richard Allen and his wife, Kathy, to speak to them and follow up on that interview done in 2017. That both Richard Allen and Kathy came to the interview on their own on October 13th, were not under arrest, and were free to leave the interview at any time. Investigators learned from those interviews that Richard reaffirmed that he was in fact on the trails the day that Abby and Libby went missing, and further admitted to being on the high bridge. That he also told investigators that he was wearing blue jeans and a blue or black Carhartt jacket with a hood, and that he was wearing a head covering. That further, Richard stated that he did own guns and that the guns were in his home. That investigators learned from Kathy and Richard he still had guns and knives in the home, along with the blue Carhartt jacket. The investigator believes A firearm was involved in the abduction and murder of Abby and Libby because an unspent 40 caliber round was found between the bodies of Abby and Libby. Investigators believe a knife was used in the murder of Abigail and Libby German. That the clothes that Richard Allen described wearing that day he was on the trails matched the description of the man seen on the bridge from the video taken by Libby's phone. That it was also gathered that Richard still possessed the firearms, knives, and clothing that said items were in the house, That based on this information, investigators prepared a probable cause affidavit with a search warrant for the home of Richard Allen. That the probable cause affidavit covers all the information that law enforcement had gathered in the investigation up until October 13th, 2022. Investigators applied for the search warrant on October 13th, and the same was granted that day by Carroll County Circuit Court Judge Benjamin Diener, herein attached as State Exhibit 1. Investigators went to the residence of the defendant located on North Whitman Drive. Okay, they knocked on the door and executed the search warrant around 5 p.m. on October 13th, and the search warrant was complete around 7:09. The defendant and his wife were asked to be out of the residence while the search warrant was executed, but were allowed back in the residence immediately afterwards. Investigators found several items in the residence, including firearms and electronic devices, all of which outlined in the search warrant, return attached herein as State's Exhibit 2. That for a search warrant to be valid, it must be accompanied by an affidavit that establishes probable cause, which is a sufficient basis of fact that exists to permit a reasonable, prudent person to believe that a search of the premises will uncover evidence of a crime. The Indiana Code specifies that the minimum information necessary to establish probable cause, which is as follows. Information particularly describing the house or place to be searched and the things to be searched for. Information alleging substantially the offense in relation thereto, and that the affiant believes that believes and has good cause to believe that the things sought are concealed in that place that they are attempting to search, or that the person to be arrested committed the offense described. Information setting forth the facts known to the affiant through personal knowledge or based on hearsay constituting probable cause. Okay, that under the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, the evidence needed to obtain a search warrant need not rise to the statute of facts necessary to obtain a conviction. The circumstances alleged in the affidavit need only lead a person of reasonable caution to believe that a crime has been committed. That when the sufficiency of the search warrant is challenged under the Fourth Amendment by the defendant, as it is in the defendant's motion, the role of the reviewing court is to simply ensure that there was a substantial basis for finding probable cause, reminding itself that it owes great deference to the initial probable cause determination, and will not invalidate a warrant by interpreting probable cause affidavit in a hyper-technical rather than a common sense manner. Under Article 1, Section 11, the Indiana Constitution, the reasonableness of the search is determined by using the Litchfield test, which looks at the totality of the circumstances and requires consideration of both degree of intrusion into the subject's ordinary activities and the basis upon which the officer selected the subject of search or seizure. That the inquiry requires a balancing of the degree of concern, suspicion, or knowledge that a violation has occurred, the degree of intrusion, the method of the search and seizure imposes on a citizen's ordinary activities, and the extent of law enforcement needs. The state believes that the affidavit does meet the threshold to establish probable cause under the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution, and that there was a substantial basis for finding probable cause, and there was a high likelihood based on the evidence that investigators had that there was evidence of the crime in the home of Richard Allen. The state believes that the affidavit accompanied with the search warrant for the home of Richard does establish probable cause under Article 1, Section 11 of the Indiana Constitution, and does pass the Litchfield test for reasonableness under the totality of the circumstances. that the state believes that the affidavit establishes the items to be seized were in residence by statements made by Richard Allen and his wife, Kathy. The state believes that the affidavit provides particular information that particular items related to a particular crime will be found in the home based on the statements made by Richard Allen and his wife, Kathy. The state believes that the affidavit connects generic items to actual items that were possibly used in the crime based on the investigators' evidence that they gathered throughout the investigation. That the evidence that was gathered in 2017 was reaffirmed by the interview done with Richard Allen and his wife, Kathy, on October 13th. Investigators believed at the time that they had enough probable cause to apply for a search warrant. Investigators also believed that if they did not execute a search warrant on the residence immediately, that there was a danger that the defendant would destroy crucial evidence in the investigation. The investigators believed, through their training and experience, believed that there was a real chance that the defendant would destroy evidence once he knew he was a suspect in the crime. Wherefore, the state has shown that the actions by the officer were valid and justified and did not violate the defendant's Fourth Amendment under the United States Constitution. Section 11. Okay. So let me just go through a couple more to see if there's any other ones just real quick. I'll show you. I'm almost through them all. Oh, I hope I didn't lose. There we go. So here's the rest that I have to go through. So this is where I left off. So I don't know if there's going to be any more interesting ones that let me just go through a couple more and see if there's anything else that we'll just chat for a minute while we're going through. So what do you guys think? Hey, Verica, what's up? How are you? You guys, so what do you think of this, his confession to his wife? And then him acting all crazy. That's kind of interesting. Let me just go through a couple more. All right, I want to get down to this right here. So hold on. This is saying public, this generates substantial public interest. See, June 15th. Oh, that's the hearing, that one that was June 15th that happened. Okay. Just a couple more, and then I'll look at the rest by myself. Like I said, if I find anything else interesting in these documents, I'll just make a video. This is that restraining order. The department use of cameras. I think that, yeah, I think they should be given that. So I wonder if did they find maybe that's in these records if they came to a conclusion, like a ruling. Are they gonna restrain? I mean, is the restraining order gonna pass? I think so. I think so. They should not be able to freaking record his attorney client privileged freaking meetings. It's bullcrap. And they should be able to have their cell phones and freaking laptops. They need to go over the case together. That's an old one. You know? That makes me mad that they're screwing it up and not playing by the rules here. Verified request to prohibit public access. Yeah, so this is... All right, guys. I don't think there's probably much else that's anything interesting besides like regular court stuff that we kind of already have heard as we've been following this case. Let's see. Request to prohibit public access. I'll go down to that next one. I'll go down to here and then I have to and then watch. Then I'm gonna be like, let's just finish it. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything else interesting that came out or any of the other sealed parts. Let's see, the request to prohibit public. These are all those the same kind of topic here. Yeah. This is a probable cause affidavit, but wonder if this has anything extra than what we've read. Let me see. Yeah, this is 8 pages, so it's probably just the same. Yeah, all right, guys. I don't think there's really anything else. Still a lot to go, but I'll just do that and I'll let you know. Let me say hi to a few people here. Hey Jackie, what up? Oh, which one is it in? I haven't got through it. Okay. Like maybe I haven't got to that. Which document is it, Jackie? Shoot, maybe I should go look through them because I want to see that. Oh, wow. So whoever sent me that picture, I don't think he or somebody just sent me this, but are you sure that that's him? Because that's not the same clothes, is it? It doesn't look like the same clothes. I don't know, but hold on. I want to look for those documents. Do you remember which one it's in, Jackie? 18 phones. Wait, let me read that again. There's so much more in those docs. One contesting and why the search was done on his home as well, saying that took 18 phones, so many knives as well. Okay, hold on. Maybe I missed it. Can you like point me in the direction? Because I haven't made it through all of them. I know. I feel like that I did. Hold on a second, because I feel like I had that document, but when I pulled up the ones, remember I was saying there was one that it did say that, but why it didn't pull up? Hold on. Hold on. Maybe it was one of the double ones that I thought was the double. Hold on. This one right here I have, but I didn't read it. Hold on. Just give me a minute, guys. Hmm. Oh. Did you say he confessed to his wife? Yeah, yep, we read that. I'm just trying to find this document that Jackie's talking about here. Maybe I didn't get to it yet. But now I feel like I don't want to go. Like that's interesting, and if I could just find it, like I said, I have so many more to go through that. Do you guys want to just hang out for a minute while I look through them? This is the probable cause. Okay, nope. But how far down on the list, Jackie? That's what I'm trying to ask. Is it like the last half? Is it closer to the top of the list? Can you help me out at least there? So I know kind of where to look since I have a lot more documents to go through. Or do you not actually have the list or something? Because if you could just be like, oh, it's on the first fourth of, like it could help me out a lot. Hope it's not one that I like overlooked as I'm skimming and it was one of them and I didn't catch it. Yeah, I'm still looking through the ones. I'm going to finish the ones that I haven't looked at and then hopefully it wasn't one that I looked and missed or something. Oh, that's one from with Murder Sheet talking about how they're requesting stuff. Oh, here I'm gonna see. I'm gonna read that one, but that's not. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna read this one actually. This one, let me go through the rest. So I'm gonna read you this one when I'm done looking through them. This one is going through basically the state's response to the defense emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. So it basically goes through. Wait, hold on. Oh no, it's basically, yeah, it goes through the motion of what the defense is asking the state to do. That's kind of interesting. So it'll make sense when we go through it. I probably didn't describe it good, but I want to find that other one. Hold on, the one that Jackie was talking about. Because why do I feel like that I saw it and then, but that's gonna make me mad because that would have been that I already went through the file and I'm going, right now I'm going through the files I haven't been through yet. Okay, state objects to the. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. No. Nope. I'm getting there, guys. Oh, I'm actually almost done with the ones. So for some reason, if it's not under these, then that means I passed it up. So I'll have to go back. I have like 4 left. Or 5 left to look through. Nope. Dang it, come on. Where you at? Headquarters. Nope. 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 Looks like it must be one that I already went through. Hold on. Let me go back up. Did Jackie ever answer where it was at? Right click, you can list by file. Hi, Anna. What's up? Reading documents from bottom up. Oh, you started from bottom up? I started from top up. So, Shoot. I'm going back to the top now because they weren't they weren't like the last very bottom. I had to overlook it. It's making me really mad though because that means I overlooked it and it could be anywhere. And there's so many. Subpoena, no, okay. Somebody sing me a song. Oh, I can't hear you. Shoot. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. It might be in these where it gives the list. Hold on a second. Hold on. So we have, I might be able to find it, guys. So this is the lab, some of the items they got. Talks about the caliber pistol. Hold on a second. So that's just, so I mean here's I guess I might as well just like keep you guys up while I'm looking through it, right? Juliet, that's funny. So this is what? This is just description of items. Firearms in 314. Cartridge, let's see. Yeah, this just looks like it's talking about one specific one. Okay, hold on. No, that's not it. No. No. This is that restraining order. Maybe this one's a little bit bigger. Okay, let's see. So this is talking about entered on November 3rd. Oh, that's a safekeeping order. So here's what it's talking about, how Mr. Allen has been continuously assigned to a separate maximum security segregation unit where the most dangerous offenders are held. Council has investigated and confirmed with prison officials that said unit routinely houses the individuals serving sentences of life without parole and others who have committed some of the most heinous crimes known to our society. Have been transferred to this unit after committing further crimes within the Department of Corrections. Council was informed by prison employees that said employees were not aware of any other circumstances wherein a human-facing trial under circumstances such as these has been housed in said facility. Yeah, right here says, and it also says, Council has recovered that Westville Correctional Facility has been the center of much attention in the recent past in matters involving unequal and inhumane treatment of offenders. Wow. Man. Says, inmate kept in solitary will get 400,000 from state, lawyers say. Oh, this is hold on. Where are we at? Says that the requirement of equal protection dictates as appellees here agree that pretrial detainees may not be treated less favorably than convicted persons unless the difference in treatment is justified by a legitimate government interest. So then it says the demands of equal protection of the laws and due process prevent unjustifiable confinement of detainees under worse conditions than convicted prisoners. And then counsel recently visited the prison and was denied of his request to inspect his client's cell block and living circumstances. Despite this, counsel has reason to believe that Mr. Allen has been required to endure the following conditions over the course of 5+ month detainment facility. Mr. Allen has been entombed in a cell as small as 6 feet in width by 10 feet in length, a space no larger than that of a dog kennel. Mr. Allen is sleeping on a pad on a concrete floor. Mr. Allen is afforded showers only 1 to 2 times per week. Mr. Allen is required to wear the same clothes, including underwear, for days and days on end, all of which are soiled, stained, tattered, and torn. Mr. Allen, who is constitutionally an innocent man and maintains his factual innocence as well, has not been afforded any opportunity to visit his wife or other family members during the last 5 months of incarceration, during which time he has been subjected to conditions akin to those of a prisoner of war. Mr. Allen is allowed only an electronic tablet through which he can make calls to family members, all of which is monitored by prison officials, with the cost of all phone calls being borne by Rick and his family. He's routinely supervised by other inmates, companions, as referred to within the confines of the prison, who sit on watch outside of his cell door on a daily basis. He's afforded very little, if any, recreation time outside of his cold concrete and metal quarters. He's delivered nearly 1,000 pages of police reports to Mr. Allen, or it says attorneys for Mr. Allen delivered nearly 1,000 pages of police reports to him on Friday, March 24th, 2023, with the intention of seeking their client's cooperation in his own defense. As of Monday, April 3rd, said information has yet to be provided to Mr. Allen. The location of Mr. Allen's detention is such that he is isolated geographically, not only from his family, but also from his attorneys, who are required to travel for hours to speak with him in confidence regarding his case. Said visits also require making logistical arrangements with prison officials in advance of visits. It's difficult, if not impossible, for Mr. Allen's attorneys to share confidential and sensitive info with Mr. Allen due to the logistical challenges associated with Mr. Allen's segregation and isolation, to the extent that Mr. Allen is being deprived of his constitutional right to assist in his defense. In contrast, the state of Indiana, through its prosecutorial and law enforcement divisions, sit in the comfort of their own command center, planning and preparing to prosecute Mr. Allen to the fullest extent of the law. He's being treated far less favorably than a convicted person, many of which are housed in less secure areas of the prison, are offered programming therapy and mental health services, routine recreation, and contact visits with family and friends. And this is to further complicate matters. Mr. Allen has suffered from depression dating back to his early years. Upon his incarceration, Mr. Allen has presumably evaluated and medicated by prison medical staff. Up until a visit with Mr. Allen on April 4th, counsel for Mr. Allen found him to be polite, communicative, with great eye contact, generally responsive to our questions and exhibiting a good sense of humor. On occasion, in spite of his false arrest and circumstances, getting tired now. Okay, and exhibiting a good sense of humor on occasion in spite of his false arrest and circumstances. However, Mr. Allen's deteriorating physical condition has been observed by counsel dating back to the beginning of the new year. As recently as Friday, April 24th, Attorney Baldwin met with Mr. Allen with optimistic news about the direction of the case, and Mr. Allen was inquisitive about the information, was thankful about the information, and optimistic about the information. Only 10 days later, April 3rd, attorneys for Mr. Allen observed a steep decline. Wait, this is April. It doesn't make sense, but anyway. Okay, so they observed a steep decline in Mr. Allen's demeanor, ability to communicate, ability to comprehend, and ability to assist in his defense. Simply put, this version of Richard was a very different version than counsel for Mr. Allen had interacted with over the past 5 months. He appeared to be suffering from various psychotic symptoms, which counsel would describe as schizophrenic and delusional. Counsel further believes that in our April 4th interaction, Mr. Allen seems to be suffering from memory loss and is demonstrating an overall inability to communicate rationally with counsel and family members. Yeah, right. Like, this doesn't have to do with freaking him just admitting to the murder. I really do think it, because the day after you're going to start all of a sudden having these issues. I mean, I don't agree with the way he's being treated. I mean, that's bullcrap. But as far as this, I do think this was all what is the word for it? Like a plan, you know what I'm saying? He probably said either, I don't know, I'm trying to think if the lawyers are aware of it. Did he tell the lawyers that he admitted to her and then they came up with his plan, or did he just start acting like that? I just wonder how deep it goes, you know? But anyway, so counsel experienced these symptoms firsthand upon visiting Mr. Allen on Monday, April 4th. His physical condition is deteriorating rapidly. That's why attached Exhibit A is a photo of Mr. Allen taken by counsel at the correctional facility April 4th. Said photos reflect the significant toll of his current incarceration on his physical person and, by extension, his mental capacity. By contrast, see attached Exhibit B. So those are those two photos, which reflects his condition a year or two prior to his incarceration. Yeah, so they're trying to wait, hold on. He's alleged to deprive them of liberty without due process of laws, whether these conditions amount to punishment of the detainee. Like, because he's a pretrial detainee. Mr. Allen is being punished to the fullest extent of the law. The conditions here he is currently enduring have been thrust upon him without any judicial analysis of the need for such deprivation of his liberty. Yeah, it says further, counsel is unaware of any facts outside of those generally alleged in the sheriff's safekeeping petition, which support the need to detain Mr. Allen on what could casually be referred to as death row. How much longer is that? Okay, hold on. Where are we at? 2 months prior to the filing of this petition, Attorney Rozzi was able to secure a more traditional bed space in the Cass County Jail, a newly erected modern jail facility with the most advanced security measures, located directly across the street from Rozzi's office and only approximately 20 miles from the Carroll County Courthouse. Said modification of Mr. Allen's incarceration would result in a more humane living environment in which Mr. Allen would be afforded immediate access to his attorneys and, more importantly, would allow Mr. Allen to have regular contact visits with his family. This detention circumstance would afford Allen due process of law. Under these circumstances, Allen would be treated like other inmates awaiting trial in the criminal justice system, as opposed to being punished based only on the merits of untested charging information and probable cause affidavit. In the process of facilitating Mr. Allen's removal from Westville Correctional Facility, Rozzi communicated with prosecutor Nicholas McClelland, who articulated that he had no objection to the modification of Mr. Allen's detention circumstances to a facility closer to Carroll County. Rozzi was recently informed that the Carroll County Sheriff Department declined Rozzi's request to have Mr. Allen removed from the harsh conditions in which he is currently detained to a more traditional county jail near Mr. Allen's attorney and family. Wow. So even the prosecutors agree, like, okay with it, and they're not, the sheriff's denying it. Mr. Allen asserts that that said denial is a deliberate attempt to impose conditions upon him that are intended to frustrate his purpose in defending against the charged allegations and create a hardship on him which would drive any human to mental breakdown. Said approach to his pretrial detention is a direct infringement of his Sixth Amendment's rights under the Constitution. From a practical standpoint, it is also worth noting that the raw volume of discovery offered up by state of Indiana in this case is overwhelming. For example, there exists nearly 3,000 pages of law enforcement reports that need to be examined in this cause. In addition, there exists in addition, there's exist thousands of hours of surveillance video and video interviews. Oh, thanks for joining, Angela. Thank you. Okay, thousands of hours of surveillance, of interviews of potential suspects, witnesses, interested parties. The discovery suggests that law enforcement authorities have processed over 31,000 tips. The course of the course of the investigation, all of which must be reviewed by the defense. Reasonable access to Mr. Allen is necessary as he is in need to assist with the processes of reviewing his discovery. His current detention situation does not provide this convenience. And then the fact that they have to drive hours away, right? Both co-counsel for Mr. Allen have to drive hours away from the respective law enforcers in order to talk to him. And the time spent on the road is much more costly for Carroll County taxpayers. Mr. Allen in Cass County, where everyone is on board with Mr. Allen being housed during the pendency of this case. And Rozzi believes an emergency exists and time is of the essence based on the dramatic change in his conditions, including demeanor, change in appearance, change in overall mental health status, and respectfully request that his honorable court modify the safekeeping order and order Richard Allen to be transported and housed at the Cass County Jail or somewhere nearer to his family and lawyers, and to conduct this hearing as soon as possible before Mr. Allen is placed in further jeopardy due to his current placement, and also so that Mr. Allen may assist his lawyers in addressing Mr. Allen's mental health concerns, as well as allowing Mr. Allen to participate in preparation of the defense for all and other just and proper relief in the premises. Okay, let's try to find this other one. So that was kind of interesting. I think we already read that one. That was one of the ones we read. Yeah, I think we read. Jackie, did you ever find that one? I'm just gonna go through a couple more. If not, I apologize if I if I can't find whatever one she's talking about. I'm sure I'll eventually find it. But oh, this can't be it. Is it like a big document? Yeah, this can't be it. That was only. Yeah, I don't think any of these really small ones could be it, but who knows? I don't want to skip any and then it be like a one page and then I skip over it and miss it again. Verified request to prohibit public access. No. No. All right, I'm just going to go to this big one. See, this is a big one. What's this? Oh, what is it? That's kind of interesting. What's this called? It's not the one you were talking about though, but I'm just going to download it just in case I want to read it. All right, I don't know. I may have to just give up right now because I don't want to keep you guys here. All right, you guys. I'm trying to see if she answered. Oh, thanks, Juliet. I feel like though there's some important one that I'm missing here. I don't know what it is. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jory. Okay. Well, I don't know then. I don't know what to tell you. I can't find it. But all right. Well, I think I'm gonna go and try to finish up my Letitia stuff. All right. Yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, wait, what's this? Hold on a second. I don't remember seeing this one. Appearance by attorneys. Yeah, I don't know. That's not it. Or wait, isn't it? No. One more. It's like I don't want to give up, but I just have to, guys. Watch it not even be. Like, what? Watch her have mistaken or something. I'm spending all this time looking for it and watch it not even be. I don't know. Yeah. The vertical, try the vertical last one? What do you mean vertical last one? Are you mean the very last one? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, well, I don't see it. I don't know, Durstein. That's a good question. No, I don't think so, but I mean, they never really even said, they haven't gave us a lot of information about it yet. So I I even went all the way up. So I went through all of them and then I went back up and went through the next like fourth of the top ones, and it's not. Oh well, it's not a big deal. What am I gonna do, you know? I mean, so give us a summary. So you're saying that no, they haven't been. Nope. Can you give okay, so you're saying they uncovered how many guns? 18, did you say? What else was in there? It's the motion to suppress fruits of search. Okay, hold on. Let's find it, guys. Motion to suppress. Suppress. Okay, I found the suppress ones. Hold on, hold on. Oh, the last one is the motion to suppress, but that's not. Or wait. Support. This is just saying that the affidavit submit in support of the search warrant failed to provide particular information. Okay, let me go up a couple. If you're sure that it's it's in one of those. Hold on. Those are at the bottom. No, that's not it. It's about a hearing. No. Huh. Nope. Those okay, the two at the bottom suppress ones, that wasn't it. So let me see if there's any more. Motion to suppress. Yeah, like, are you sure you weren't dreaming? I don't see the two last ones were motion to suppress, but it doesn't have anything about 18 guns or anything. I don't know. Converted information. Huh. Press, subpoena filed, subpoena, stipulation. You have state's response, special judge, request filed, request to access court. Let me see. I know, Twistatorius. I know. Hey, little Patty. Hey, Elaine. Rita. Oh, thanks, Rita. And 100 knives. Okay. Well, I guess, I mean, is that the two most important things? So basically everything that they seized. But wait a minute, didn't we actually go over that? Why I'm remembering going over some of the stuff that they seized. Am I just imagining that now? Hold on. Let me bring up the ones I had. Are you sure it wasn't in one that I read? Or it wasn't in the hold on. I'm like remembering something about that. Like about going over the stuff that they got, right? From his house? Hold on. Was it in the main thing, maybe? Like the main narrative? Are you sure? Maybe not. Let's talk about the 6 hour. What else? Okay, tell us anything else. So they got um The jacket, clothes. Yeah, why am I like, as I'm, like, thinking of stuff they woulda got, I'm, like, I'm seeing, like, a document of a list. Cause didn't they got his the clothes, right? Some clothes, I don't know, maybe I'm just making this memory now, putting it in my head from like a mixture of all these documents kinda combined or something, of just knowing kinda some of the stuff that they would have got. I have no idea. I'm just going through the ones that I already read to see if there was anything like that or that I have up. Um, objection. Oh, hold on. What's this? No, I don't know. So what else is interesting on that? They got 18 guns, 100 knives. What else? Anything else that is interesting? That's a lot of knives, though. Dang. We already went through that document. Richard Allen told police about his weapons, and his wife confirmed it. Yeah, that one. That's what I'm saying. I think I'm getting a mixture of what she's talking about, and I'm like thinking of other documents that had that kind of stuff in it. And you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she's talking about another one though. I know, right? That would be me. That if anybody would be the person that would be doing it would be me. That's for sure. Dang it. Oh, wait, 36 months? Was that are you talking about for see, I don't the subscription thing or the membership? That's the only way I know when they pop up if I see somebody else say it because on Streamlab or on StreamYards, it doesn't show me that stuff. So thank you. If that's is that what you're talking about? Thank you, Twisted. Wow, that's a long time. Thank you, Twisted Taurus. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Jory. I think it's a combination of little things from each document. So, Jackie, but you're talking about there's actually one document that just lists them out. But yeah, that's probably why I keep saying, like, I think we might have seen it because the the combination of all the documents kind of gave us a good idea of what they got. So maybe it's not that important to really, like, at least to spend all night trying to look for it because I think we all have a pretty good idea of what they got, right? I mean, I guess we didn't know. I don't think I ever saw that they said 100 knives and 18 guns specifically, but that's kind of interesting. But I don't know if I can't find it. Here's the thing, I went through all of them now, right? So should I waste my time later and go through all of them again to find that document? I almost don't even think it's worth it. I really don't. I have so much other things to be doing. But Jackie, if you end up finding that document, will you just send it to me so I don't have to do that? Because I really want to finish this Letitia stuff. That would be so awesome. All right. Match the animal no, that's the thing, I haven't seen anything about animal hair. I was looking for that um, when one document I was reading, I was, like, expecting, "Oh, are they gonna say something about that?" No, I haven't seen anything, but it doesn't mean that they didn't, but it wasn't mentioned in any of these yet, at least that I've seen. Jackie, have you seen one that says anything about the animal hair? Well, it's okay, Jackie, send it to me, though, if you find it. Yeah, they talked about it, but I'm saying I haven't seen it in the document is what I'm saying. But I remember it was talked about when they first arrested him. But I don't even wasn't it more like people assu I'm trying to think what if it was actually official that they found a animal hair, or was it people trying to guess what they found when they dug up something, right? Wasn't it more of like guessing? I don't know if it was official that they actually found it for sure. I feel like it was just some theory somebody had. Yeah, me too. Like somebody's like, "Oh, I bet you that's what they found." But that's why I don't know if we're gonna see that that is even true or not. Hold on a second. 2 phones or wait. I'm looking through. Hold on a second. I just wanna see that one that you were talking about, Jory, about I'm trying to figure out what document that was because it was the document where they were talking about basically that they had reason to believe that that they were gonna find stuff from that warrant, that they were gonna find, certain stuff because of their conversation they had with, Richard and, Kathy on was it October 13th because they had that second interview with them, and then it gave them reason to believe that they had that stuff at the house, and then they were able to get the search warrant. Now I'm trying to find we read it already, but I'm trying to find that document to see if we missed, like, any specifics in that, but I don't even remember which document that was in. Hold on. Oh, well, it's not important, right? I mean, it is important, but I think we learned a lot today, right? And Jackie will hopefully send it to me when she gets it, or if anybody else gets it, send it all over my way. Um, if not, I am gonna make a note to myself, I am not gonna stay up all night. I'm not gonna even look for it in the because I'm not gonna go through all these again. So somebody will put it out and then I'll be able to just get it from them. I mean, see what it says, you know? As I'm saying that, I'm like clicking on them just to I don't know if my OCD is gonna let me not look, guys. Somebody has to like hold me down or something. All right, I better go. Yes, definitely. Yeah, but I don't even know, Dory, I'm not even sure if the document she's talking about is actually even if it's listed. I mean, what if it doesn't list that specifically? What if it just says like 18 guns? What if it doesn't even have that? So I guess I could look for hold on, I'm trying to think if I could put this in one entire folder because the way that it is, hold on. I don't know if I want to extract the whole thing because I don't that's so much. I don't want it all. Anyway, all right. Oh, thanks, Soul. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, wait, hey, Zev, I found 86-page inventory list from Carroll County is dated 2022, but wasn't made available until 2023. Is it in these documents? Will you send it to me? A 80-page inventory list from Carroll County, and it was dated 2022, but wasn't made available to 23. Yeah, send it to me. Heck yeah. Hold on. That would be interesting to go over. Hold on a second. Let me Yeah, I saw that, Jory. I'm waiting to see if she'll send it to me. Maybe we could just kinda look through it real quick. Or maybe I could look for it. Maybe it's because if it's a 86 page, then it looks like it's probably something different. on a different thing then. Hold on, let me see. Oh, no, 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 I didn't mean to do that. Shoot, hold on. Let me go. Dang it. I screwed up. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, hold on. I want to see if there's any really big, or one of the biggest ones is this. Let's see. How, why is that so big when there's only 2 pages? All right, hold on. That don't even make sense. No. It's only 3 pages. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I got an email or anything. If not, I guess I could just see. Hold on, 82 page. Wait, how did she word that? I don't know if she's gonna send it to me or not, huh? Okay, hold on a second. Let me. I saw it. All right. I could download the whole thing, but I don't know if I want to. So hold on. Let me see if I could. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Hold on one second. Probably. No, just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna see if I could find it. That's you know what? That's the first time as far as the knife too. Them saying that a knife was used because remember they always said like sharp object and they were so secretive about everything. Hold on, hold on. What's this? Oh, this is the state's response to that safety. Remember, I was going to read that. Like, hold on, this is kind of interesting. I do think we should read this, but give me 1 minute though. I want to see if I could find the other thing. Hold on a second. Just stick with me. Um, yes, I agree, Twisted Taurus. I agree. I don't know why they had to be so secretive. I think that hurt. That hurt the. It makes. I mean, I feel like we would have found him much sooner. Ooh, what's this? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Um, no. Everything that I'm finding is just the thing that I read, the first thing that I read. That's what like, I'm going to all these news sources to see because she said it was from a news source, right? So I'm thinking it's gotta be in oh, are you talking about it's just you're looking at it as, like, the complete list of everything, and it's just the same thing I have? Is that what you mean? Or are you saying hold on. Well, besides that, at least it let me, reminded me that I wanna read this other thing to you real quick. Yeah, oh, well, yeah. Let me read this other thing, and then we'll call it a night, I guess. I have trouble giving up, though. It's like, I don't wanna give up until I find it. That's my issue, like, I know I should, but, like, my brain won't let me. I'm just oh, wait, wait, wait. What's this? Oh, never mind. I keep thinking I find it, and it's nothing. Everything is just that gosh darn main thing that I read. Hold on, let me click on this one. To view documents. It's gonna be the same thing, right, though? Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, that's the same thing I got. Yeah, it's the same one. Okay. Um, so look at this though, guys. Oh, wait, 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 I might have found it. Hold on. The part that I was gonna read you is it's like a part of a huge document, and hold on a second, maybe it's in this document. I didn't realize there was so much more to it. Yeah, this one is 283 pages. Hold on one second. Wait, wait, is this? I'm gonna download this, dude. Hold on, give me 1 minute. It's a good one. Hmm, no. Let me go down here. Here, let me search the document now. Hold on a second. Um, I forget now. There we go. Wait, wait. There's gotta be that. Wait a minute. Hold on, something's not working right. Give me 1 minute. Mm, shoot. Oh, it is that. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me open it with my all right, now let me do this. Oh, it's not working. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me just see if I could. What? Okay, next. Okay, no more. I'm trying to look for keywords to see if I could find it in this whole document. What else can I look for? Knives. Maybe knife. What? All right. I can't. That's annoying me. All right, let me go find that part that I wanted to read you real quick, though. Hmm. No, I don't. Click here. Click there. I don't know. I give up. I give up. Oh. All right, guys. Just send it when you get it. And oh, wait, you emailed me something? You found it? It might be the one that I just got, the full one. Well, yeah, I don't need we already read the probable cause affidavit, but thanks, Shori. That's the one that's being shared everywhere. That's the one that I read. I have that. That's actually the one that I read first to everybody, but thanks. Yeah, that's the one. That's not what I'm looking for, but thank you anyway. Um, I did find like the 286 page one, but I tried to search for keywords and I can't find it in there. Now I can't even find the spot that I wanted to read that has like the list of it's basically showing how the defense kind of lied about things, or I guess you could say the state's lying, but I mean, it'd be easy to go check, I guess. But all the like that safety, what was it called? The safekeeping thing that they were talking about, and the list of the stuff that they said, like, oh, he has a mattress on the cement floor and he has this and that. The state basically goes through the list and shows basically how none of that stuff isn't true and how he has this and he has that and it's kind of a lie. At least that's what they're saying. That's not true. Um, and there's a really long list, and now I freaking can't find where I put that. I just had it too a minute ago. I wanted to read it. It was kind of interesting just to show you like what one side's saying and then what the other side's saying. And it's like, what? So who's telling the truth here, you know? It makes you wonder. Like I said, I mean, if it would be an easy thing for them to check, they could see, is this true or not? I'm just trying to find it again, but oh wait, is this it? Hold on, hold on. Oh no, that's discovery. Oh, actually, you know what though? I know what it's called. Hold on a second. It's the safekeeping. I should be able to find it. It's the state's response to that safekeeping order, but oh, I guess they're not. They don't have them labeled like that. Shoot. Safekeeping. No. Yeah. I don't have them listed, but where's the 286 one? Second. Hold on, where did that go? Come on. on one second, guys. Now it's going to be a brat. Now it's not. So weird. That's so weird. It disappeared, guys. Dang it. I don't know where it went. And that was a good document. The 286 page. But here I found the response, but I'm talking about you guys think I'm nuts, huh? Hold on. Let me just at least read you this. This is the response to that, right? And then we'll call it a night. I promise. After this, I have to go. Okay, so this is the response from the state to that what was it called? Safekeeping order. So it says the charges were filed against the defendant Richard Allen October 28th. Blah blah blah. I'm going to skip a couple though. That said request was granted and the defendant was ordered to the safekeeping of the Indiana Department of Corrections. The defendant is currently incarcerated at the correctional facility and is housed in the segregation unit for his protection. The defendant is being seen on a regular basis by medical personnel and mental health providers. The defendant is being treated the same as other detainees in the facility, and the fact he has more amenities than other convicted inmates in that unit. The allegations of the defendant's motion, while colorful and dramatic, are not entirely correct. The state had a meeting with the warden on April 6th, and the allegations in motion by the defense are false, as evidenced by the attached affidavit marked as State Exhibit 1. That defendant is afforded the same amount of rec time as the other inmates and has been using the rec time to exercise. That it is true that the defense dropped off paperwork for the defendant to review, and the facility did hang on to the paperwork until they heard from the defense attorneys as to how the paperwork should be handled. Representatives from the facility attempted to contact defense counsel for several days in a row to determine if the paperwork should be given to the defendant in his cell or defendant should be brought to a different location to review the paperwork. Defendant is isolated for his protection and would be isolated if he were moved to another facility. Through investigators has made contact with the Cass County Sheriff, and he would state the following: that he is willing to house the defendant in the Cass County Jail, that if the defendant is moved to Cass County Jail, he will be housed in the segregated unit in a 7x12 cell with a roll mat and 2 bunks, that the defendant is likely to be on a living watch, which means he will not be allowed face-to-face visits or any rec time, that he will be confined to his cell at all times, that if he is not on a live and watch, he will only have a video visits and limited rec time, that the defendant will have the same amenities as he has now in the Department of Corrections, that the Cass County Jail does not have a mental health team to address any mental health needs, that the Cass County Sheriff's Department is not willing to transport the defendant for trial or for other hearings, that the Carroll County Sheriff's Department does not have the manpower to transport the defendant, that the Carroll County Jail does not have mental health counselors or counseling, whereas the Department of Corrections has those resources available for the well-being of the defendant. I can do one more. Okay. That the state believes that the current status of defendant's mental health is due to the status of the case, not due to the location of his incarceration. That the photo taken by defense was taken immediately after defendant returned from his rec time. The shirt he is wearing in the photo is the same shirt that he wears to rec time each time he goes. He had clean shirts in his cell at the time of the photo, but defense chose to photograph him in his dirty shirt in order to curry sympathy in the public eye for the defendant. That the defendant has lost weight since he has been incarcerated, but he has been evaluated and examined by medical personnel at the facility, and his BMI is on target for a man his age at his weight, and medical staff classify him as very healthy. That the facility that the defendant is placed in is not casually referred to as death row. That the defendant is in no way being treated less fairly than anyone else in that facility. He certainly is not being treated less fairly than a convicted person in that facility. That the colorful, dramatic language used by the defense was an attempt to curry public favor for their client and try this matter in the public instead of in the courtroom. That many of the statements in the defense motion violate the gag order put in place by the court. That the state has no opinion on where the defendant should be housed awaiting trial, but the state does take offense to the irresponsible allegations of the defense in their motion. That the state has no objection to the defendant being moved to a facility within the Department of Corrections that is better suited to address his mental health needs. That the defendant's current placement at Westville Correctional Facility is not a violation of his civil liberties. That the Carroll County Sheriff's Department declined the request of defense to move the defendant because Carroll County Sheriff's Office or Sheriff's Department does not have the manpower to transport the defendant. That the Department of Corrections is more equipped to transport the defendant back and forth to court dates in order to keep the defendant safe and ensure that he makes it to all future hearings. That the state has been made aware that the defendant is being evaluated at 10 a.m. on April 14th, 2023 to assess his mental health needs, and the state believes it is important to see the result of that testing before a decision is made. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Anyway, so what do you guys think? What do you need to get on me about? What? What are you guys talking about? Hey, Brittany, what up? Yeah, I know it is. Yep. Yeah, we just went camping though. I know. Yeah, I mean, it's just hard because, it's even hard now for us to find time maybe to get together. You know what I'm saying? We just did a camping trip and we still want to I still want to do one to freaking Arches real bad. So there's just like a lot of things I know we want to do, but it's just hard to get it all done. So it's just a lot easier said than done. No, I know. I mean, yeah. It's just, I mean, we could talk about it, but I mean, it's just hard to. There's so a lot of other things too that we've been wanting to do. So it's just, yeah, to actually like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. No, I understood. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I totally understand what you're talking about. I mean, that's in a couple months though, so I don't know. I mean, I'm the type like oh, you probably know that. Like, I don't want to say I hate like being like, yeah, let's do it, and like, unless if it's something that really is gonna can happen, you know. So it's just hard for me to be like, yeah, let's do it because I know in reality, I don't think that's gonna happen in August. But we could get excited about it and try to plan it. Yeah, let's try. I just don't want you to like, try to I don't know, try to plan it, and then in reality, if it really is gonna happen, it's just, I no yeah, I wanna yeah, I mean, I love camping, heck yeah, but, I mean, I definitely wanna go again, I bought all this camping equipment and stuff, but I'm just thinking, like, I know we've been wanting to go to the Arches still, but I know that's gonna probably we'd have to take a lotta more time, I don't know. I mean, ideally, it sounds like fun, um okay, so you just want me to say we're doing it, but realistically, okay, yeah, let's do it. We're doing it. Yeah, it's August. Uh, I mean, so you really think that we'd be able to do that in August? I mean, think about how I don't know. Yeah, I know it's hot and then I know like in October I want to do some hot well, we've talked about it. I don't know. We don't need to talk about this in front of everybody, but okay. I'm gonna go, guys. I know I definitely wanna do some more camping because I got all this, camping equipment and stuff, but I just feel like I'm trying to think where I wanna go. I kinda wanted to go to yeah, that would be too hot, though. You're right, in August, it would be too hot to where I wanna go. Um, I don't know, Soul. Can we just talk off this? Because there's just some things that I don't know. I don't like making plans here in front of everybody. It's not, yeah, it's not my thing here. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.